Hello everyone, my name is Benjamin, and as you can see, my apartment building here in Novosibirsk in Russia is in danger of catching on fire. It is quite a dangerous situation, but never mind, let's just relax, have a cup of tea and learn some English words and phrases on the topic of fire. It is a good idea to watch the video until the end, because if you don't, then you will miss some important English words. Anyways, maybe you might want to ask, Ben, how did that fire start? The answer is, I don't know, but I have some ideas. Next to my apartment building, you can find a big construction site, a place where there are many builders who are building another apartment building. And on the construction site, you can find some big metal shipping containers that have been converted into little offices for the building site. But I suspect that the shipping containers are illegally being used as accommodation, as a place where builders can live. It is much cheaper for builders to sleep in a container on a building site, but with that comes many dangers. Could you live in a shipping container? I probably could, but it would be a little chilly in the Siberian winter when temperatures get to -30 or even sometimes -40 degrees Celsius. But if your shipping container catches on fire, you might die, but at least you will be warm in the winter. And I suspect that the fire that you see here was started by an electrical fault, a problem with the electrical wires. Someone must have been trying to cook dinner. Let me say that again, because it is a difficult sentence. Someone must have been trying to cook dinner. In other words, I think that maybe someone was trying to cook dinner and somehow the container went up in flames. A flame is the glowing orange gas when something is burning. Maybe the person living in the shipping container here was trying to cook dinner on a cheap electric tabletop hob, like the one you see in this picture. When buying electrical appliances, in other words, things or machines that use electricity, then you have to pay attention to the quality of the product. I had a Chinese electric kettle and it started having problems. It would only work if I put the wire in a certain position. Otherwise, it would just turn off. Then one day, when I was making a cup of tea, I heard a very loud bang, poof, and all the electricity in my apartment turned off. Luckily, the kettle did not catch on fire, and all I had to do was to go to the fuse box and reset the circuit breakers for my apartment. I did not have the key to the fuse box, but luckily there was a cleaner in the corridor who had the key, and she helped me open the fuse box. But coming back to the topic of fire, Be very careful when buying an electrical appliance because you could have serious problems. Maybe you could even die. But maybe the fire you see here in the video was not caused by an electrical appliance. Maybe it was caused by someone smoking. Maybe someone did not properly put out their cigarette, and maybe they left a burning cigarette butt on the floor, and the cigarette butt ignited some dust. You have to be really careful if you are a smoker. Not only is smoking bad for your health, but you also have to think about the risk of causing a fire. So how did I find out about this fire? Well, I was about to go to bed when I smelled some smoke. I went out onto my balcony and I saw a big fire and some smoke billowing out of the shipping container office that I talked about. And I saw two men running to the fire with some buckets of water. The fire was pretty big, being about the same size as a little bonfire. A bonfire is usually a bit bigger than a campfire. A bonfire is a fire you might see at a celebration or maybe even at a riot. By the way, in Britain, we have a national holiday, which is on the 5th of November, and this holiday is called Bonfire Night, where people make big bonfires in memory of Guy Fawkes, who was a man, or a terrorist you might say, who tried to blow up, to explode the Houses of Parliament in London many, many years ago. It is a strange holiday, but it is a really fun holiday. Anyways, coming back to the story, I rushed downstairs with a bucket to try and help the men outside to put out the fire, to extinguish the fire. When I got outside, I saw a lady on the ground floor, and this lady opened her window and told me to bring her my bucket so she could fill it up with water. I felt stupid because my bucket was tiny. My bucket was so small. But I thought that I might as well do something to help. It would have been much better if I had a fire extinguisher, but I had to make do with what I had. I rushed to the fire and I threw some water over it, but it made no difference. I thought that if I had stayed too close to the fire, I could have choked on the smoke. I could have choked on the fumes of burning plastic. Fortunately, the fire brigade arrived very quickly and they jumped over the fence with their equipment and started putting out the fire. They connected the fire hose to a fire hydrant and they dealt with the fire. I have a lot of respect for firemen because they put their lives at risk every single day. So guys, let's finish there. Thank you so much for watching this video until the end. I hope you found it useful. I hope you learned a lot of new English words. And if you have any questions or suggestions, please feel free to leave a comment below in the comment section. And I very much look forward to seeing you again in the next video. Have a great day and bye for now.